Hai, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurul Aisha binti Ibrahim. My matric number H20A1654. Today I want to present about introduction of this report. Accounting can be defined as the production of financial information. It means that accounting allows us to see things like how much money you are earning, how much you are worth. Accounting is a process of recording, classifying, summarizing, interpreting the effects on the affairs of a company and reporting business transactions. Why accounting is important? This is because to run a business you need data records, reports, analysis, accurate information about assets, debts, liabilities, and profits. Accounting will help us to run a business more effectively and systematically. There are 5 objectives of the study of accounting. The first one is understand basic accounting terminology, including the basic accounting equation. Next, analyze the impact of business transactions on the company's financial health and performance. The next objective is understand the purpose, structure, and element of the financial statements. Understand the basic cost terminology, product versus period, and fixed versus variable cost. And the last one is understand cost or volume or profit concepts, break-even point, and contribution margin. In this report, we are prepare a journal, post to account or ledgers, the trial balance, the statement of profit and loss, the balance sheet statement, usefulness of the statement of profit and loss, and the last one is usefulness of the balance sheet statement. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurul Aisha binti Ibrahim. My matric number H20A1654. Next I want to present about journal of this report.
A journal is also known as a book of original entry or day books because this is where the transactions are first recorded. The transactions are then transferred or posted to the ledger after being recorded in the journal. There are 2 types of journals that may be used in business, such as general journal and specialist journal. So this is question in the report. This is journal in the book of Mr. Noah for the period from 1st October to 20 October 2020. On 1st October, amount of cash in debit account is 18,000 ringgit, while amount of capital in credit account as much as 18,000 ringgit. 3rd October, amount of goods or stock and car is 20,000 ringgit in debit and credit account respectively. 4 October, amount of trash and good or stock is 25,000 ringgit in debit and credit account respectively. 5th October, amount of goods or stock in debit account 25,000 ringgit, while amount of cash in credit account is 25,000 ringgit. 7th October, amount of cash in debit account 15,000 ringgit, while amount of goods or stock in credit account also 15,000 ringgit. Amount of car in debit account is 2,000 ringgit, while amount of goods or stock in credit account was the same on 9 October. 10 October, amount of furniture for debit account is 15,000 ringgit, while amount of cash for credit account is 15,000 ringgit. 11 October, amount of car for debit account is 12,000 ringgit, while amount of cash for credit account is 12,000 ringgit. Okay, next, 12 October, amount of goods or stock endorsed in debit and credit account is 3,000 ringgit. 40 October, amount of drawing in debit account is 3,000 ringgit, while in credit account also 3,000 ringgit for amount of goods or stock. 15 October, amount of cash endorsed is 12,000 ringgit in debit and credit account respectively. Amount of cash and loan from Mike is 13,000 ringgit in debit and credit account on 16 October. 17 October, amount of salaries and cash is 5,000 ringgit in debit and credit account respectively. 18 October, amount of stationery and cash is 1,000 ringgit in debit and credit account respectively. 19 October, amount of loan from Mike is 18,000 ringgit in debit account, while amount of cash also 18,000 ringgit in credit account. And the last one is 20 October, amount of cash and interest is 4,000 ringgit in debit and credit account respectively.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurul Natasha binti Muhammad Maliki and my metric number is H20A1691. Today I will present about general ledger. General ledger for cash. The total is about 1,040,000. Total is must be balance for both right and left side. Next is for capital AZ. 31 October for balance is 80,000 and the right side for cash at 1 October is 80,000. The total is also 80,000. This is for goods or stock. The total is about 48,000. This is general ledger. Cards, tasks, and furniture. The total for card is 20,000. For tasks is 25,000 and furniture is 50,000. This is for drawing. The total is also 3,000. And last but not least, for general ledger is loan from Mike, salaries, stationery, and interest.
Next is the trial balance. A trial balance as at 20 October 2020, the cash account with RM65,000, goods and stock account with RM3,000, Dart account with RM10,000, furniture account with RM15,000, drawings account with RM3,000, salaries account with RM5,000, stationery account with RM1,000 at the debit side. For capital account with RM80,000, card account with RM6,000, loan from Mike with RM12,000, and interest account with RM4,000 are at the credit side. The total of the both sides is RM102,000. The total has shown the balance of the trial balance for our company. I think that's all for trial balance. Thank you.
The amount of profit and loss for the year 1st October 2020 for Noah started by capital less cost of sale, which is include tariff and drawing. Then we got gross profit, which is RM73,000. Then followed by less expenses, which is include stationery, salary, and furniture. We will get net profit, which is 52,000.
My name is Nur Syafiqah Nabila binti Abdul Muttalib. My matric number H20A1569. I want to talk about a balance sheet. Balance sheet. To prepare the balance sheet, we need to refer the trial balance. The balance sheet should have a complete title such as Noah balance sheet as at 1 October 2020. At balance sheet must put every step in necessary. Now you can see the table of balance sheet. We put there is free asset, less current liabilities, working capital, financed by balance, and the last is net profit or net loss. Free asset, there is furniture, while current asset such as cash, stationery, and interesting. Besides that, there are also less current liability, that is loan and salary. And the last is financed by capital balance 1 October and also less net loss, like you can see. Thank you.
Usefulness of statement of profit and loss. Profit and loss statement. Profit and loss statement is an important statement that reflects company performance and financial standing over a period of time. This statement summarizes all the income and expenditure over the desired time period. It gives the result as net loss or net profit. It can be prepared monthly, quarterly, as well as annually. Usefulness of statement of profit and loss. First, enable making decision. A profit and loss statement is extremely important for a business for making decision. Second, meeting statutory obligation. This statement helps in arriving a figure required for filing statutory tax return. Last, finding requirement formalities. This statement helps the company to borrow funds as it helps lender to gauge earning potential of the borrowers.
Hello everyone, my name is Nur Afni. Today, I will talk about my part, which is the usefulness of the balance sheet statement. Okay, first is definition of the balance sheet. Okay, balance sheet is a statement of the assets, liabilities, and equity of business at a particular point in time. It's also a brief overview of a firm's financial conditions. Okay, next let's see the four usefulness of balance sheet statement. First is allows us to calculate various rates of return in assets and equity. Investors will choose between two companies that have a lot of profit, assets, and equity in more detail through balance sheet. Second is assessing future cash flows, liquidity, and long-term solvency. The firm can plan and control as well make comparisons of the business performance. This is important to ensure firms remain strong for the long term. Thirdly is show the gross profit margin for a firm. It's measure the gross profit earned for each ringgit of net sales. If the percentage of margin owned by firm is higher, it shows that the firm is performing well. Okay, last is show the net profit earned for each ringgit of net sales. Actual profit after working expenses not included in the calculator of gross profit have been paid. A higher percentage shows the firm has better business performance compared to previous years. Okay, the conclusion of the balance sheet statement. Balance sheet is important because it is a snapshot of firm's financial conditions at a point of time. Three listing of the firm such as assets, liabilities, and owner's equity. Liabilities and equity must be balanced to ensure that the firm is profitable and remain strong for the long term. So that's all from me. Thank you.
And last but not least is conclusions. In conclusions, accounting is also referred to as accounting. It deals with the process of financing informations, the measurements and recording of certain financial transactions. There are several transactions that have been discussed and made. For example, journal, send to accounts or ledgers, prepare trial balance, prepare profit of loss statement, complete balance sheet, use of profit and loss statement, and use of balance sheet. This is the most important function in any business. The process of data entry, analysis, tests, and finding have also been able to be done according to the desired process, and the results obtained can be seen to meet the question form. In fact, this finding can also provide answer to our research question and meet the objective set in this study. Accounting can also be divided into other branches such as management accounting and also cost accounting. This is responsible for all types of financial transactions that help take most of the key management decisions. For a successful business, the accounting team must be efficient. The number of members in an accounting team depends entirely on the size of the business.